Hi guys, welcome to today's Oops a Daisy video. This is Jo from Oops a Daisy and I'm going to be using our new Healthy New You journal kit, which has got a number of stencils in it. We've got the goal tracker stencil, the body stencil, our new super easy meal planner stencil. You get a bookmark and you get a habit tracker. So I'm going to use all of these in a little new setup that I've got to lose some weight before I turn 40 in December. So just getting my pages ready. I'm going to start off with the body stencil. And this one's really easy. I'm literally just using a Staedtler chipless fine liner to outline the whole stencil. Little bit of a hack that I'm going to do at the top here with the banners that connect to each other. I'm only doing the outside parts and you'll see how I connect them in a second just to make it look more 3D. And then tracing around the body. This has got some delicate bits to it, so it's really important that you hold on to those bits when you're tracing, otherwise it does wiggle a little bit and you'll see that I go a little bit wrong in a minute. Nice to see that it happens to the best of us. Tracing all the lines, and that's enabled me to put different measurements in for my arms and legs and waist and everything. And then also a starting weight. So this one's really straightforward. I basically just trace the whole stencil as is, as you can see. And where I've made that mistake on the leg, I'll just run off and grab my corrector pen, which is actually the cloud corrector pen, which I'll show you in a second. Wobbly camera. And then correct over the bit where I made the error. I tend to do the hands on this stencil separately just because I find that they become a little bit too sticky if I do it straight from the stencil. And as you can see, I'm joining up that banner at the top there just by filling in the gaps rather than filling in the middle bit straight from the stencil as well. It just makes it look more 3D. Filling in the gaps for the scale stencil. That's the top which I missed off. Cup of tea, really important. And then I'm going to go over and again trace the tracker. This stencil is really good for using for any sort of goal that you're working towards. I'm using it for weight here, and each one of the boxes will represent 1 pound lost. So basically just tracing each individual bit using the fine liner pen, and then when I get to using the tracker for real, I'll colour in each of those boxes for every pound that I lose. There's 30 boxes on there. You can put as many or as little as you like. I've done the whole lot, optimistically thinking. And then going around and tracing them all. I have put that stencil slightly to the left-hand side of the page. The idea being is that I'm going to add a strip of washi tape down the right-hand side to enable me to find this spread quickly in my planner whenever I need to. I quite like doing that for spreads that I turn to again and again. So I'll add that in at a later date because I've been very disorganised and didn't get the washi tape ready for when I sat down to start making this spread. What I'm also going to do once I've finished writing the letters on here, I'm colouring in the finish line so it's bolder. Is adding a little bit of shadow to there. And the way that I'll do that, you'll see in a second, is by taking that stencil that's already on there and moving it slightly to the right and slightly down, and then just tracing again so that you've got a repeat of the word that you've just done, but just slightly across. Adds in a nice little detail, makes it the page less flat. And that's what I'm doing there, just moving it slightly over. Just filling in the holes in the A and the R. So for the top, I'm doing a black shadow because I left the letters unfilled. So that's what I'm doing here. Sorry that this takes a little bit of a while to watch. It's a little bit tedious. We're just getting there. Luckily there's not too many letters on this page. Almost there. I've also realised that I've left a hairband around my wrist, which is really distracting, so apologies for that. So if you see that I've got the shadow on the word start there. And what I'm going to do is have an empty shadow on the word finish, because I've coloured the word finish in so that it is black, completely black. So my shadow is going to be white on this one. So that's the basis of those 2 pages. I'm just adding the numbers into the boxes so that I can see. What I always forget to do, and I didn't this time, is make sure I follow the direction of the arrows when filling in any numbers. It's really easy to just go left to right on each row, but actually you can see that the 2nd, the 4th and the 6th row go right to left because they're following a snake of the arrow all the way down. Now, I have treated myself to some mild liners, some zebra mild liners recently, and I'm absolutely loving them. So I'm just using those to add a bit of colour detail in on the page. At the bottom here, I'm doing 3 stripes of purple, and I'm going to basically code that up. See, 1, 2 and 3, and then 3 points on my weight loss chart. And what I'm going to do later is add in a reward for myself that I will get when I achieve those 3. And then I'm going to put some colour detail onto the other page using that same purple pen for me to complete in my measurements. And I'm just filling in the words right arm, right leg, left leg, chest, waist and hips. And then again using the purple highlighter to put a place for me to add in detail about my start weight, and then just adding in a little title in the bar above. Those of you that are much more creative than me will be able to fill in the person with a really cute cartoon. I've basically just left it blank, so that it's just an outline of a person there. And what I'm using the tip of the purple mild liner again just to go across and add a little bit of detail to the top and the bottom of the banner. So it's very simple, black and white spread with just a little bit of highlighter detail just to make it a little bit interesting there. So that's the first spread. I'm then going to go across to create my first meal plan, and this was with a brand new stencil. This is a super easy stencil. What I'm basically doing here is filling in all of the parts of the stencil, and you can see that it's divided into 4 quarters of the page. I will have each one of those boxes is either breakfast, lunch or dinner, and the little circles are for me to add in either the date or the day of the week, just a bit of design detail really. And then I'll copy that over onto the second page as well. But I only do 3 of the boxes, so that I've got 7 days for the week. What I love with this stencil, I did design it for using it for a meal planner, hence why it's got 3 boxes for each of the days, but I think it'd work really well for just generic weekly setups as well. So you could use it for different tasks and plans or goals, all different things. So what I'm adding into each one of those boxes is a cartoony kind of letter, block letter, just all the way across. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then in a minute I'm going to get my mild liners out again and have a little play, add in some detail. So what I'm doing here is echoing the purple from the first 2 pages, but I'm only using that for the breakfast slot, and then adding contrasting colour for my lunch slot. And then another colour again for dinner. And then I was kind of weighing up what I could use the bottom corner for, and I decided to make it a shopping list, being that it's a meal spread. So I've just added, again, using the mild liner for a bit of a header detail, and then some very bad curly script to write shopping list, and then some little boxes down the side there just to for me to add in things that I need to buy or add to my order when I'm coming up with my meal plan, basically. And I'm just adding some little stripes to the letters just so that they stand out a little bit more, give it a little bit of detail. And what I did do after this is add in the dates for each of those days as well, and then obviously my meal plan, which you'll see in the finished spread when I show you in a second. I really love the simplicity of this, and also how those colours contrast. I think it turned out really good. Very cute. And then just using the habit tracker that was included in the pack as well. What's great with this is that you can copy it, photocopy it, and use it as many times as you want. It basically saves you from drawing all of the boxes. So adding in all of the habits that I want to be keeping up for the month of October down there. And then what I have done is, you'll see in a second, I highlight the different weeks in the first habit, because the first habit is for me to do a different recipe each week. So basically I need to check one box in each of the highlighted areas to say that I've kind of done that. The rest of them I'm leaving them all because hopefully I'll achieve them all every day. So yeah, just flipping through again, my body spread, my meal plan spread, and habit tracker. So this is the tracker spread, 4 pounds already lost. My body spread, I haven't added in my measurements yet. And my meal plan with all the meals in. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, don't forget to head over to our social media and follow us on Oops a Daisy UK.